We are just one day away from the start of India's new ICC World Test Championship cycle. 2023 to 2025 will see a lot of excitement for Indian cricket fans because you've got a series away to the West Indies, which is the first major series in this cycle for India. You have tours coming up to South Africa, Australia later on in 24 and 25. Then England come to India for 5 tests. It's going to be really action-packed. But for India to dream about Lord's 2025 in June, the preparations begin in July 2023. And yes, the first test is between India and the West Indies in Dominica, a venue where India last played 12 years ago. Out of that squad, only Virat Kohli is there. Dravid played in 2011 but now is the head coach. Now, ahead of the first test match, Ajinkya Rahane, the vice captain of the Indian cricket team, he came for the pre-match press conference in windy and rainy Dominica. And there was very few journalists at the ground. But there was one more journalist who suddenly came up and asked questions to Rahane, and his name, you guessed it, is Rohit Sharma. Now, what did Ajinkya Rahane say on a lot of factors? Because remember, this team is now starting a new phase. There is no Cheteshwar Pujara. There are certain youngsters in the team. And also, what will be India's plan ahead and what is Ajinkya Rahane's role? This is the answers that he gave to the questions that was posed to him. One question was asked, at this age you are making a comeback into the Indian cricket team after the exploits in domestic cricket and in the IPL. Rahane was very perplexed and he said, in this age, I am still young. There is a lot of cricket left in me. My IPL and domestic form has been very good. I am feeling very confident with my batting. In the last 1.5 years, I have worked on my fitness. If you look at Ajinkya Rahane in the domestic structure that he was there, he had a very good white ball and you may say a good red ball season that he had for Mumbai. At the same time, his IPL form with Chennai Super Kings was really sparkling. And that was the adjustment that Rahane made in the World Test Championship final. He made 89 and then he made 46 before unfortunately he got out and India's chances went with him. So, Rahane was the lone bright star when you look at it in that World Test Championship final, along with the fact that he did really well for Chennai Super Kings in the IPL. Now, it is not the first time that Rahane has been coming back as the vice captain. He was the vice captain for 4 to 5 years before he was unfortunately dumped out of the Indian cricket team. He did captain, you will remember in 2020-2021. India's success in Australia was primarily on the back of Ajinkya Rahane's leadership. But now he focused on the major thorn that has been plaguing Indian cricket team and on Rohit Sharma's captaincy. Now remember, yesterday Sunil Gavaskar said he was very disappointed with the way Rohit Sharma was captaining. And it continued the list of a lot of criticisms that Rohit Sharma's captaincy has come under. Harbhajan Singh had said we are going overboard in Rohit Sharma's captaincy. It was not his fault alone that India lost the World Test Championship. We were all debating how to assess Rohit Sharma, the captain. But Ajinkya Rahane with a very calm head and with a straight bat, like how all Indian players do whenever they answer questions. They say, to play under Rohit, it is great. The ICC WTC final was actually my first game under Rohit. Remember, Rahane and Rohit go back a very long way. Playing together for Mumbai in the domestic circuit, then being Mumbai comrades and now in the Indian cricket team as well. But the ICC WTC final was my first under Rohit Sharma. He gives the players freedom and backs them. That is a sign of a good captain. The equation is great. Fine, when you look at bilateral series, there is no doubting that this kind of things work. Backing the players, the freedom, the intent, bilateral series, no doubting it. India are the giants. But when it comes to major ICC events, somehow that freedom, somehow that backing goes absent. This is the most perplexing issue that has plagued the Indian cricket team for a very long time now. 10 years, a decade is indeed a long time. On Yashasvi Jaiswal. Now remember, Jaiswal was one of the few players who might actually make their debuts at this point. So, Jaiswal, he said that I only want Yashasvi Jaiswal to focus on one thing, and that is forget about the rigors of international cricket, play with freedom. But there is one major individual who is missing in this, Cheteshwar Pujara. Cheteshwar Pujara's absence in the West Indies tour probably indicates that maybe his time with the Indian cricket team is done. But Pujara, who will step into that void at number 3? Could it be Jaiswal? Could it be any other youngster? Ajinkya Rahane gave one very simple explanation. He stated, it is a great opportunity for that individual, whoever will come into that number 3 position. I am not sure who will play at number 3, but it is a great chance for him. Players are experienced. Whoever will step up, if suppose it is Yashasvi Jaiswal, then he's had the experience of playing in the IPL a lot of times. His domestic form and his IPL form has been fantastic. So he's already coming in with a lot of experience on his role. What will be Ajinkya Rahane's role? Because he said that he is flexible to whatever role was given to him. And he credited Chennai Super Kings for the revival, because he said, before this, I used to play an anchor role. He would stabilize the innings, he would kind of go like, okay, I will hold one end up. But at the same point, it was an antithesis to his stroke making and attacking capabilities. That is the same thing that Chennai Super Kings exploited, and they told him, CSK told me to play with freedom, my stroke play and game improved, my role has changed. So that is the reason why Ajinkya Rahane was probably struggling, lack of role clarity in the last couple of years. But now he has stepped up and is really ensuring that he is your difference maker at number 5. World Test Championship final is proof. IPL is proof. Domestic season prior to that was proof. He knows his role now. Now, he's flexible enough to understand, okay, if Rohit Sharma wants me to be in an anchor role, I can do that also. I'm very flexible in that. So, what is the role that Rohit Sharma will have for him? It remains to be seen. When the press conference was going on, Rohit Sharma stepped up not as the Indian captain, but as a reporter. He suddenly jumped in and he started asking questions to Ajinkya Rahane. So, when Rohit asked a question on the message for the youngsters, Rahane gave a very simple answer. He stated that they needed to be patient. In the West Indies, conditions are a bit challenging, and that is why patience is the key. If they can survive some tough hours, then they can make it count. So that was the one message that Rahane had for the youngsters. The question posed by Rohit Sharma, because he's come often in the West Indies tours, he's come here in 2019, he also came prior to that. So that's why Rahane's experience in the West Indies will be very important. Rohit asked question on focus. Why the focus? Because remember, in the Caribbean, with a laid back attitude and with the beautiful surroundings, the beaches, the vacation mode, focus sometimes becomes a big issue. Rahane said, at the venue, when you are there playing cricket, 100% focus has to be there. Once you are outside of the venue, once you are not playing that much of cricket, you don't need that much of focus. So divide your focus accordingly. 100% when you are playing cricket, other times you can be very lax about it. Rahane made it very clear that India is not taking the West Indies lightly at all. Remember, the West Indies, their test fortunes have taken a big hit. They have not qualified for the ODI World Cup. That is why, will India take the West Indies lightly? Rahane emphatically stated no. They are not taking the West Indies lightly at all, because West Indies at home, when you look at the last couple of series, they have been very good. They beat England 1-0. They then drew against Pakistan, and then they also drew against Sri Lanka. So, whenever you look at test fortunes, yes, West Indies have put up a good show, but yes, in the last 4 to 5 series, you look at it, their loss came against South Africa, they lost 2-0. Other nations, they have held them to a draw, or they have won against England for that matter. So, India will be hoping to continue 21 years of dominance against the West Indies, because remember, they have not lost a series to them since 2002 when they lost 2-1. Since then, they have won. They won in the West Indies 1-0 in 2006, 1-0 in 2011, then 2-0 in 2016, 2019 also 2-0. So, continuation of the dominance is the key for Rohit Sharma's India team as they begin their new World Test Championship final. And oh yes, more questions could not be asked from Rohit Sharma, because unfortunately the rain came and they had to hustle back. Thank you so much, folks, for joining us for this live. We'll be back with more updates on sports today. Tap that bell icon so you know when we go live, and don't forget we're on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram as well. Thank you.